Hello everyone. Once again, we welcome all of you to the masterclass series of Spardha. Today, we have a very special guest, and I think you all know that already. So, yes, we have Indian Idol runner Debanjana Karmakar, and she will share her inspiring journey with all of us today. Also, guys, during the question, if you have any questions, you can use the Q&A icon on your screen to post those questions, and then we'll answer them. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Debanjana's introductory video. Okay, Debanjana, can we please have you on the stage?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Ashna.
Hi,
Hello, everyone.
Debanjana. Hi, we are so happy to have you here with us today. You're such a talented singer and you have achieved so much at such a young age. So, today we would like to hear everything from you. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So, here's my first question. At what age did you start your journey?
It's difficult to say what age because right from my earliest memory is I used to spend my Sunday mornings in my home. My father used to teach music, classical music. So I used to go and sit there all day listening to other people learn. So that's where I started. So I can say like 4 years, 4.5 years of age, I started there. But if you ask me about serious learning, classical music, I started after one of my reality shows, Saregamapa Junior in Bengali. That was, I think I was in third standard. Yeah, I was in third standard when I started to take regular classes from my guru, Shri Jayant Sarkar. So, and I'm still learning.
Okay, all right. So, what kind of advantages you got by starting your journey at such a young age?
Advantage, I would say the time, the energy, and the ability to learn something new is way higher as a kid. So it's same for be it music or something else. So it's always recommended if you start early, you get a lot of more time and it's easier to learn. But I really don't believe that it's necessary to start learning at a very early age, especially music, because I don't think music is something that you learn and then you give an exam and that's over. It's not like that. It's a journey. So if you want to enjoy the journey, it can be at any age. So yeah,
Yeah,
would
right. I totally agree with you. Yeah. So, Demanjana, like today we have so many platforms, right, through which people can learn music. But few years back, there were no such platforms. So, what kind of challenges did you face during those years?
I think after pandemic, it's a very big blessing that we have online classes and everything happening online. You don't have to commute and spend so much. You save so much of time. Let me share my story how I started learning from my guru. You will understand how tedious and hard work it was. I used to travel from one small town, Midnapur, my hometown, to Kolkata, okay, so to take the music classes. And I used to get up at 4 o'clock and take a 4:30 train. And I used to come to Kolkata, then take 2 3 classes together because it's not possible to travel every week, okay. So I used to take 2 3 classes at a stretch and get a lot of homework together, come back home and practice that for 2 weeks and go back. So the entire day was invested just for that music class. I had that time and that energy because I was sure that I want to take this professionally. So I was like, it was hard work, but I was still happy to do that. And but nowadays I understand that like kids have their school and a lot of other things to do, right? And professionals, even people who are middle-aged people who are already working full-time somewhere, so it's not that easy for them to take out an entire day for one music class. So I think platforms like Spardha or any online learning apps or anything, these can really help someone uh, take forward with their passion. And if they are loving music, they have a choice, they can take it forward.
Okay. So yeah, quite a journey you had, and obviously you did so much hard work, and that we can obviously, that's why you're successful today. So, all right. So now we would also like to know how you got your first break.
um, by my first break, I think you mean Indian Idol, but all those little opportunities that I have got since childhood. One was I had a really good place to learn from. I had my father, my mother is also into music a little bit, but my guru. But all the other little opportunities, you get to learn something from every opportunity, right? My first reality show was when I was in second standard in school. I was district champion for that. I was a very little kid. I was so happy to go there, and I started learning seriously when I went to my guru, pure classical music, because learning classical music is your base. Once you learn classical music, you're able to practice that regularly, continuously, consistently, you'll be able to see any song, sing any song you want, right? So I was doing that since a long time. And the audition for Indian Idol Junior, it was season 1, right? It never happened before. So I even didn't know what were the expectations, what kind of perfection level they are looking for. So I just went there and sang whatever I wanted to, and I got into it. So it just happened.
Okay. All right. So, and I also want to understand, like, how was your experience during the success journey, which started with Indian Idol, and, what all goes during the reality show?
The first thing that you get to know is you get to perform at a very big and very nicely presented studio with such great musicians. Like, in one of the episodes, there were like 100 musicians, violins, apart from the regular band, where there were 10 musicians. And there was a special episode for Lakshmikant Pyarilalji. And some people in that troupe were people who have played with Lataji, and in that era, right? It's a great opportunity to learn from these people. And you see, we get to perform in front of so many celebrities, and be it from the music industry, our judges were Shreya Ghoshal and Vishal Shekhar. Apart from that, what goes backstage is something I enjoyed more, because I stayed there for 3.5 months at a stretch in Mumbai. So,
Okay.
and we used to get regular lessons. We had two groomers, Anand Sharma ji and Anuj Kapoor ji. So you get very good groomers who actually train you throughout the journey of your reality show, right? Whatever song they're assigning every week, maybe on Monday they're assigning a song that you are going to sing this for the next episode. Okay, and then we used to learn from that groomer, pick up the song yourself, and they will just correct you wherever you are going wrong. And then in the middle of the week, like Wednesday or Thursday, you'll have a band rehearsal with the entire band together, and then a stage rehearsal where everything will be like simulated, like the entire shoot, how it is going to look. Obviously the judges went there. We would rehearse with the band in front of the camera. It was a camera rehearsal. And then the next day there will be the shoot all day. Like, it is a 1 hour episode that you see on TV, but it takes around 5 to 6 hours to shoot one episode like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Debanjana, what do you think, like, how important it is to have a good teacher, good platform, support system, and daily practice? Because, these things can either make your dream or break your dream. So, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I absolutely believe in learning properly and consistently from someone or some school, because I have always learned something. I have never learned something being like, okay, I'm loving this song, so I will just learn this song and I'll perform it somewhere. I have always taken things seriously. Be it studies or be it music, I just love structure and be serious, officially learn something. And I think if you are learning something by yourself, maybe from YouTube videos, you can find lots of YouTube videos teaching music, right? But if you are not in contact with a person, music is something that is to be learned from a guru and not from an app or just a recording. Okay, so you forget to practice, you forget your riyaz, and you don't know whether you're doing it correctly or not if you're not singing in front of your teacher. So I truly believe that being in contact with a teacher or a guru is very important, and to carry on with it, not just end in 1 month. Like, I don't like this rag, so I won't go to class next day. I never did that. Like, maybe not every rag or every song I like to learn, but I have always stuck to it. Like, I need to go to the class. I need to learn this, because if I don't practice today's task, I won't be able to sing the next song I am trying to pick. So consistency is very important.
That's true. It's the key to everything. So, okay, enough questions. Now, since you're here, we can't miss this opportunity to hear something from you. So, can you please sing a few lines for us?
Absolutely sure. Okay,
Okay.
I was just talking about how I learn everything officially, but I have a hobby apart from that also. This ukulele is a hobby, I can say. So,
Oh, okay.
so the music is an officially learned thing. The ukulele is a hobby. I just picked up in the pandemic. I think everyone inclined
Yeah, yeah. Everybody picked up.
inclined
Yeah,
towards
some or the
ukulele.
other.
Okay. Okay. आओगे जब तुम हो साजना, आओगे जब तुम हो साजना, अंगना फूल खिलेंगे, बरसेगा सावन, बरसेगा सावन, झूम झूम के दो दिल ऐसे मिलेंगे, आओगे जब तुम साजना, अंगना फूल खिलेंगे. नैना तेरे कजरारे हैं, नैनों पे हम दिल हारे हैं, अनजाने ही तेरे नैनों ने वादे किए कई सारे हैं, सांसों की ले मध्यम चले तो से कहे, बरसेगा सावन, बरसेगा सावन, झूम झूम के दो दिल ऐसे मिलेंगे, आओगे जब तुम साजना, अंगना फूल खिलेंगे. Dinta dinta nana derina, dinta dinta nana derina, nani sama sagamada, ida magapa, gama pa za za, gama pa ni ni, gama pa ni da pa ma ga di gama da pa, di pa pa da ma pa ni da pa ma pa gama re sa ni sa ri re ma ma pa pa da da pa ni ni sa ni da ni da pa ma pa da ni da pa ma ga ri ga di sa ni sa ri ri ma. घर मोरे परदेसिया, आओ पधारो पिया, घर मोरे परदेसिया, आओ पधारो पिया. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow, that was amazing. And I must say, you've got a lovely voice.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So now we have some interesting questions from our audience as well. So let's start with it. All right.
Sure.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay, actually, I can't see anything.
Yeah, that.
I think because most of the questions are already answered by you, the main ones which our audience and we all wanted to know. So okay, let's proceed. But so thank you so much, Debanjana. This was a wonderful and insightful session for all of us. Now I would request our audience to fill some survey questions, which you can see on your screen, and we'll just wait for 1 minute so that you all can fill your response.
Ashna, I think I see a question here on
Okay, is it
Q&A
just
section.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, do we need to learn Sugam separately from classical?
I think you wanted to mean Sargam, I
Okay,
guess.
actually, it was written. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe I
Sargam.
changed.
Actually, there's some spelling mistake. Yeah.
If you are talking about maybe in a song, there is a small part of it which is like a Sargam, then you just need to learn the notation of that from your teacher. If you can understand yourself, it's well enough. If you don't, you can ask your teacher or someone who can write the notation for you, and you can learn that as a part of the song. But if you are learning classical music and if you are practicing a rag, suppose you are taking yaman, you know the bandish, you are able to sing one or two sargam yourself, make your own sargam, then I don't think you will have a difficulty in learning any part of song which is like a sargam. So songs, I have never gone to a teacher to learn a song particularly. I have learned classical music only. And when I went to Indian Idol or any other reality show, the groomers used to correct us depending on how we are singing a song. In a song, other than sur, tal, lay, tempo, everything, there is emotion in the song. Like how you are pronouncing that, the words of it. Like अगर मैं बोलूँ कि मैं यहीं पास में ही रहती हूँ, और अगर मैं बोलूँ कि मैं बहुत दूर रहती हूँ यहाँ से, तो उसको गाने में कैसे बताना है? How do you bring that emotion for the words in a song? So that is what we learn when we go to learn a song. So sargam should come easily if you can learn classical music. It's nothing that can be learned separately, not required actually. It comes to you naturally.
Okay. So
Okay.
that person is saying ghazal or movie songs, I guess. Okay.
I think I answered that also in my. I have
Yeah.
a tendency to answer, like 15 marks question in a exam.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
And any tips that you would like to give our audience? Any one or two tips, if in case you want to give? Is there any?
Um, Tips is like the one thing, if you are starting to learn music or if you are even thinking about learning music or whether to continue or not, then I would like you to think about what is the purpose that you are trying to, like, why are you trying to learn music? Because you love to listen to music, you love to sing, or you want to take it professionally. That would determine how much time or effort you are going to put into your music lessons, right? So if someone is very passionate about music, they like to sing. I have so many people I know who are not professional singers, but they like music a lot. So many people learn music as a hobby. So you can devote a part of your time, maybe half an hour a day. That is also enough because you are spending that half an hour to focus on just something that you are learning, and you can keep all your negativity and all your other thoughts aside, and you're just focusing on music. So it has a lot of good effect on you. So that's one thing. And if you want to take it professionally, then it depends on how your vocal structure is. Like I can only practice for 1 hour at a stretch, classical music I'm talking about. And if I over work my voice, it affects me. Like in the next day I won't be able to sing that well. So you need to determine what your vocal structure is, and your teacher can help you in determining that if you are trying to take it professionally. And if you are learning as a hobby, it depends on how much time you have, how much you are like how much time you are happy to devote for music. That will determine how much you are putting efforts into it. So there is always a way you can find out like how music can help you. It depends
Mhm.
like what you like.
Right. Okay. I'll just check if we have any more questions. Okay, we have one more. So the question is, can 4.5-year-old kid learn Indian classical if he or she doesn't understand any musical background?
I think yes, because I have seen people learn from this age, like 4.5 years of age. I have seen my father teach. I have taken some sessions for kids. They were like 6 year old, but they started learning at this age only, 4.5. Like how we explain music, it will be different for an adult and for a kid. Like we can show some pictures, maybe just start from basics. Maybe first few days, such a small kid won't be singing. They will just listen to the teacher sing, and just give them a good time so that they come back and are ready to listen to your teacher. So we focus on that first. Actually, if I am asked to teach someone of a 4 year old kid, I would do that. Just bring the interests out of that person, of that kid, and then teach music.
Yeah, ultimately, I think it depends on, their interest level. So if they want to learn, they can start at any age if they're interested. So yeah. Okay, all right, Debanjana. Thanks for answering these questions. I'll just check once more if you have any
We do.
question. Has music helped in your studies as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Because classical music is like mathematics. My Guruji always says that if you are good at classical music, it's not just your voice that you are training; it's your brain also. Because what happens is, if I say a palta, suppose palta is like a sequence that you follow with the 7 notes, sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. Okay, if I say sa re ga sa ga re re sa ga re ga sa ga sa re ga re sa, what did I do? I used 3 notes, sa, re, and ga, and I did all the possible permutations in that. And without looking, I don't have a notation. I'm not looking at anything. And if you try to sing that, you are using your brain a lot, and that increases your concentration. And it's always recommended that you do not write down your sargams or these palta sequences. You try to sing by yourself without looking at the notation. So that increases your concentration a lot. If you are thinking about something else, you will never be able to sing a sequence like that. Okay, so that increases your concentration, your thinking ability. You are always creating something new if you are singing classical music. I don't learn sargam and tan or anything. I just learn the bandish, and the entire half an hour I'll be singing that. I'll be creating some new sequences, new patterns every second. Okay, so that helps. And if like I have taken my studies very seriously, uh, along with music. Half of the year I was in ninth standard, I was in Mumbai. I wasn't studying at all. But when I came back after that, I topped my class. I had ninth AIR, All India rank, in my boards. So I think music doesn't
Wow.
have your studies at all. It depends on how much time you are devoting. You need to prioritize as per your wish, and that's all. Music absolutely helps in studies.
It's true. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, so I think this is kind of answered only, like how did you balance your studies along with singing? So you answered it already. So how important it is to practice music on daily basis, how to make a practice schedule. Okay, half of it is already answered by you, but if you can share more tips on, how to make a practice schedule.
um what I do is, whatever I'm learning new in the class, like last month I took a class. I learned a new rag in which I need to practice. So if I have, suppose, half an hour time, I will practice the new things for the first 20 minutes, and maybe 10 minutes to practice something I already know, to keep my voice going, maybe a palta, because I think that palta, these what I sang, sa re ga ma pa da ni za, re ga ma pa da ni za, ga ma pa da ni za, these kind of sequences, these are very easy to like these prepare our voice very quickly and very easily. And you don't need much time to learn that. You can actually sing and prepare your voice with that. So first 10 minutes I would practice some palta, new palta, and the rest 20 minutes I would practice my rag. So it depends on what you are learning, at which stage you are in your learning journey. So depending on that, you can create your schedule. And there's no
Oh,
time, like everybody asks me if it's important to practice in early morning. It's not, because I have never practiced early morning. I used to get up and go to school or college or study in the morning. I always practice in the evening when my voice is actually good enough to sing, because right after waking up our voice cracks and it's very difficult to sing for me. So it's not mandatory that you practice early morning.
okay. All right. And next question is, does classical music help in boosting your self-esteem if one is suffering from being low in confidence?
Yeah, it does. Like uh, music in itself, whether you talk about classical music or not, if you are singing alone in a room, you are your own judge and you can sing any way you want. There is no one else to judge you. You go to your teacher, you learn something new, you come back home and you practice it as many times as you want. You can make as many mistakes as you want, and that helps. Like I never do my riyaz in front of someone else. I lock myself in a room and I do my riyaz myself, so that no one else is listening to me, and I can make any number of mistakes and get better. And then when I am confident that yes, I have approved somewhat, or sorry, improved somewhat, I can, then only I go out and sing in front of someone else. So, and classical music in itself, in the beginning 1 year, you might not be able to create a new sargam by yourself. You will just listen to your teacher, you will write down, you will sing and prepare your voice. Maybe in the second year, um, you will be able to create your own sargam, and that's a great amount of satisfaction that I got when I could prepare my own sargam and sing with tal and just sing the mukhra of the bandish myself. So it does build up some confidence as you keep learning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. So I think we're done with all the questions. Thank you so much, Debanjana, for sharing your tips and tricks. And I'm sure all our learners will, apply these. And obviously, they got something to learn from you today. So, all right. Now, I would like all our audience to fill some survey questions, which you can see on your screen. And we'll just give you 1 minute so that you can, fill your response.
Do I have to get to fill?
If you want to, your wish, totally.
No, I don't think. I see another question here: a career in music for young learners. If you are talking about kids, I'm not sure, but if you're talking about people who are starting to learn music, then of course there is, because I know people who went to a reality show, got success there, then they started learning. So if you have it in yourself, if you have a passion and if you like that lifestyle of a musician, then I think there's uh, no hard and fast rule that you have to learn for 20 years and then only you can start performing outside. Earlier, there were these guru and like what to say, teachers, like 50 years ago, I'm talking about that time, that who used to teach their students and say that you cannot perform until you learn up to this extent. So you are not ready to perform somewhere, but that doesn't happen nowadays. You can start performing if you want, and also try for small competitions and small places, start from there and then start learning.
Yeah. Any more questions? I don't think so. All right, guys. So thank you so much for your response. So I hope you all enjoyed this session today. And in case you're interested to attend workshop from the Debanjana, send us an email at masterclass@spardha.co. This will be a paid workshop on the basic guidelines for becoming a successful vocalist, and further details will be shared on your mail. And with this, we have come to the end of this session. So, on behalf of Team Spardha, I, Asha Chawla, would like to thank Debanjana and all our audience for their valuable time and participation. And we wish to see you all super soon for our upcoming masterclasses. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashna. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much, Debanjana. Thank you so much.